Hi everyone, how are you? Well, this is CoinsKid. Just going to dive into Bitcoin. Once again, thank you for your continued support, okay? Really do appreciate everything that you all do. The Patreon, the YouTube, the Twitter, everything, the Instagram, everything, your Telegram. Just thank you for getting involved in the CoinsKid community here, and thank you for your continued support. Really, really do appreciate it. Big up the CoinsKid crew, okay? So right now, diving into Bitcoin, you can see it's under a level of resistance at the moment, and that resistance that you do need to see, because everything's going to take steps, and right now you can see you're hitting your head on a 34 EMA. Okay, you're under a level of resistance. You can see these EMAs starting to come together as well, which is not necessarily a bad thing, okay, because it's called an EMA retest, and like I've said to you, we've seen it before and on many projects and many different timelines. It's actually a good thing, because what happens is it comes together like that, it creates a slingshot where you get flung over its shoulder effectively, okay, and that's where you see the upside. Personally, I stand by my prediction of 200k per Bitcoin this bull run. I stand by that, and until we get the signals, I'm still standing by that, and I outlined that yesterday. And you've got the 2.272 extension there, you've got the Elliott wave 5 right there as well, and it's looking golden. In my opinion, it's looking golden. Okay, we got overextended, as you know, we're rolling back down to support. All the levels are starting to get reset. I mean, look where the RSI is now. You can see when we was up here in this overextension there was no route, there was no way it was going to continue. It had to come back down to earth, okay, because you can see every time it comes back down towards the oversold territory there and gets a pickup, you can see the progress that's in front of you, okay. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to see the type of progress that you've got. You've got the wave 1 and then the wave 3. Potentially if you come down any lower, or you get these level right down into the floor here like that, look at the progress that's in front of you for that wave 5 right there for Bitcoin. So that's ticking all the boxes at the moment. It's looking relatively healthy for continuation, because it has got extremely overextended. And like I said to you, when the EMAs are coming together like that, that's a good thing in itself, because it's forcing the break, okay, it forces a decision, and that is potentially what you might be looking at for Bitcoin over the next few weeks. There's theories of going through Wyckoff accumulation at the moment. We will go down that rabbit hole at one point, okay, but it will be quite deep. But it looks as though it might possibly be gearing up for Wyckoff accumulation at the moment, because we've just gone through Wyckoff distribution, we're rolling down, and we look like we're creating patterns. And if we are, then we've got a bit of a cheat code for Bitcoin right here, okay? So far, so good. It's holding support. It's not fell below the 55, which is what we don't want to see. If we start falling below the 55 and we're closing below that, and the body of the candle is below the 55, it's not good. Effectively, it's quite bad, and you don't want to see that, okay? And if you do, that's in itself a bit of a sell and go to the beach signal, and potentially it's a precursor at the cusp of the bear market right there. Do you see that? So what we need to see for Bitcoin, obviously, is continue to hold support. It goes sideways if it wants to, just crab, let the alts fly, because you can see that the alts are trying to get out, they're trying to break, and they're having a nice little upside, and they're coming back down. They're not drastically correcting. If you look at the alt market, it's not drastically correcting, it's retracing at the moment, and as long as those alts hold key levels of retracement support, then you're going to see continuation in the alts while Bitcoin sort of crabs and goes sideways. And this may coincide with this sort of alt season that we're anticipating as well. So you sort of got Bitcoin gone up, then the alt season, then Bitcoin goes back up, and then another alt season towards the latter part of the bull run. A cycle process effectively. So yeah, it's Bitcoin right now. To make any progress, you've got to see it start marching onwards on the weekly, get back above the 34, then get back above the 20, because when you're above the 20, you're in an uptrend, obviously. When you're between the EMAs, you're in a sideways consolidation event. When you're below the 55 especially, you're in a downtrend, and then even worse case, you're below the yellow line, which is 20 on the weekly, you're in a bear market, just like I've outlined so many times. Look, when you get the bearish cross, that's selling go to the beach signal from CoinsKid. That's your bear market, big tick. Yep, bear market. You're in a multi-year bear market, so to speak. So yeah, I'm just going to look at Bitcoin on the hourly time frame for you right now then. So you can see a Bitcoin on the hourly time frame then, which broke up and it's failed to get through this level of resistance right there. It's sort of got through, then it's come back through, and it's hitting its resistance, and it started to roll. There was a bit of a sort of rollover pattern here emerged this morning. I think the correction's already been carried out. I'm just going to take a quick look at that, okay? Because you've got the level of support, and we've seen this morning across a lot of these alts and Bitcoin. Obviously, you've got this sort of double M top pattern right there. Just basically a depleting buying trend like that, a reversal. Do you see that? And you've carried out the reverse already. So from the top there, it looks as though you have. I'm just going to take a look at this. So from there to there, you can see you've broke down and you've met the target. Do you see that? You've met the target, and that's why you're starting to get the pickup. So that's pretty good that you've carried out that sort of correction, so to speak, because right now you've sort of rolled all over this level of support that Bitcoin had for itself, okay, in the middle there. Do you see that? It's created for itself. That level of support right there. It's rolled out and it's carried out a correction, and right now it's picking up, and you've actually bounced above this particular resistance line as support right now. And do you remember yesterday what I said to you? Potentially the further this goes on and Bitcoin does something like this, where it comes back like this, you're creating an inverse head and shoulders. And I've seen a lot of technical analysis back this up now as well. It's like I could see that yesterday forming, okay, and like I said to you, if we do start to adhere to this now and come back up and get back through these EMAs, then you're going to see the pump. You're going to see a lovely little upside here for Bitcoin off this inverse head and shoulders, and it's something like that. And wherever the break comes, that is potentially where you could see a lovely little pump for Bitcoin up towards that 45k, well, a little bit high that is, just round about there. Okay, that's where you could see Bitcoin just going a little mega pump of around 15%, okay, of this inverse head and shoulders. So do keep an eye on that. Right now you can see you've carried out a correction off this double M top pattern. Do you see that? Roll, a weakening buying trend effectively. Almost, you could say it's a descending triangle like that as well. Look, I'll show you. I'll zoom in a little bit, because you've actually got three tops, a triple top, but you can see you've sort of trading down. I'll show you exactly what I mean. Like this. You've got a level of support in the middle there. Do you see that? So you've made a top, support, a secondary top which was lower, support, a third top and support which has been lost, and you've carried out the correction right there. And you can see it's effectively a descending triangle. Do you see that? So like this, like that, boom, and then obviously you got your breakout target which I've just shown you from there to there, and you can see that Bitcoin's carried out that little correction right now, and it's bounced off the bottom of support, and you can see it's bounced back out. It's currently in its head on the 34 EMA on the hourly time frame right there. You do need to see it get above these EMAs, because if it does, you're going to come back up and you're going to test this level of resistance. And right there, if you was to get through that level of resistance, start to close above it, you'll be looking at a beautiful upside off this inverse head and shoulders for Bitcoin right there. So do keep an eye on it in point in times, because I'm seeing a lot of people saying, oh, we're looking at it's a bull trap, we're going to 24k, we're going to 20k. Yeah, there's possibility, but at the moment you can't ignore the patterns that Bitcoin's creating, okay, and it is painting some beautiful reversal patterns at the moment. So that's what you have to take on board. That's what you have to look at. You know we've got a 28k target, you know we've got the 24 target, and the worst case scenario we've got the 20k target down there, which is a previous all-time high, which is swing high of the bull run, previous bull run. Do you see that? So you know, unless we start to break down, ignore those targets. That's what I'm trying to say, because right now Bitcoin has painted a beautiful reversal pattern, okay, and if we continue to do this, we are sort of looking at, we're broken out and we've bottomed out and we're reversing, okay, and that's what we all want. Obviously we want that for the market. It's had its correction, it's had its rollover, it's back tested support, it's held support really well. I've shown you those key levels of support that it's held as well, and it now, right now, if it can continue to come up, you're creating a beautiful inverse head and shoulders, as spotted by CoinsKid yesterday, with a lovely upside target to that for Bitcoin, okay. So fingers crossed, everybody. It's crucial times, okay, crucial times for Bitcoin. Obviously if you do start to see the roll and a larger correction across the board, then you've got your breakdown targets right there, okay. But so far so good. Bitcoin's holding relatively well. You've had this little correction here this morning because you've gone up. You've got to appreciate that Bitcoin's absolutely bolted up, okay, and it's bound to retrace. It's bound to come back to support, and if it holds it, that's good. And right now you can see the support is this trend line, okay. You fell back into it, you carried out the correction, come back out, and you're now back testing it as support, and hopefully hold its support, get back through the EMAs. You created your inverse head and shoulders. Boom. See you later, alligator. We're up there. So fingers crossed. I'm not going to talk about any kind of breakdown, okay, because I've already given you them targets, and if you do see it roll, then obviously you know what to do, okay. But let's be positive. Let's all be positive in this space and say that Bitcoin's bottomed out here. It's come down. It's made a low, a high low, and right now you're looking at a potential high low as well, and an inverse head and shoulders, and a reversal now in this correction for Bitcoin, and then that monstrous fifth wave right there in the latter part of this bull run to that 200k, and all the FUD and all the naysayers and all the people saying we're going to 20k, or it's house of cards, it's a Ponzi, it's going to zero. They can shut up, can't they, basically? Because honestly, investigate what Bitcoin is. It's the purest form of money ever created, okay? It's the absolute best form of money ever created. That's why I'm hyper bullish on Bitcoin. That's why I'm super bullish on crypto, full stop. Okay, you are going to roll over. You are going to come back down to earth sometimes when you get a little bit overextended and the market gets a little bit overheated. These are the things that are going to happen in the space, okay? Because there's too much greed and people are just thinking they can come into the space and become millionaires overnight. No, it's a correction, and it's hopefully we've had it now, and you know, we've got to project and look forward in this space for Bitcoin and all of crypto, okay? So onwards and upwards, and thank you for your continued support across the board here for CoinsKid. Really do appreciate it, okay? And I'm glad that you're finding all the videos educational, helpful in the space as well, and please do keep sharing the content, and thank you once again for your support and the likes and comments and all that business. Take care, everyone. I'll be back tomorrow with another update, and hopefully Bitcoin has broken up there, and it's started to form the reversal, and then it's just big V's up to the naysayers, eh? Take care, everyone. Bye bye.